Good early afternoon. Here we are on the Wednesday of Holy Week as we continue to prepare ourselves as we look always to the cross of Jesus Christ for our sustenance, for the ways in which God does reach out to enfold us in God's ever-loving arms. Today's word is reject. I think part of the reason, besides well, there's all kinds of reasons. I was a theater major, and I think part of the reason that I didn't continue in that vein to do it professionally is partially because, first of all, I don't think I was as good as a lot of my other classmates were. I think I was adequate, but nonetheless, I don't think I could have taken the rejection because it is a highly selective kind of thing of who gets pulled for what role or what not role, and it becomes about who we think is important or who we think is best. So always being rated, which is a part of it, is you want the best person in the roles for any particular play or production. That's why people audition for all kinds of things or try out. But it's great when you're accepted into that, but it's difficult when you're rejected. Because often that then plays over into just how we feel about ourselves in everything. That we can feel rejected even if we're turned down for a job or promotion or a part in a play, that we feel rejected. But today, as we reflect in this Holy Week, we look at not just the times in our own lives when we've been rejected, but we remember what is soon to face Jesus. He's preparing to, he has entered into Jerusalem. He's preparing to have his last meal with his disciples, but yet in the midst of all of that, he knows that one will betray him. He tells Peter that he will indeed deny him, not just once, but 3 times. That he's rejected by the same people who cried out, Hosanna, and that his followers will desert him, will abandon him, rejecting all that he had put before them, all that he had taught them, all that they had seen, rejecting it all out of fear, out of mistrust, out of uncertainty, out of so much more. Jesus was rejected, and it's hard for us to fathom that. But as we look at the times in our own lives when we have been rejected, when we've been turned down, that we can see the ways in which the world is fickle, that the ways in which people judge or determine worth is highly susceptible. And Jesus too faced that. Our rejections don't lead to our death most often. But we know that Jesus knows of the times when we have felt rejected, the times when we have felt less than, because Jesus was rejected by those closest to him. And yet, that didn't stop him from what was laying before him. That just reminded him that much more of why he needed to go to the cross, of what it was all about to begin with, of why he was even born. It was not about the rejection or the betrayal or the denial, but about who God is, about what it reminds us about who God is. That even in the midst of all of our own brokenness and our questions of worth or success, that Jesus still comes. Jesus still walks this path, not because of who we are, but because who God is. And so even as the world rejects him, even as we are rejected, remember the one thing that's important above all else is that Jesus does not reject us. Jesus continues to love us, even to the point of the cross. And so I invite you to be reminded of that always, of not about what the world says about us or about you, but what God does. Because God will never forsake us, and God will never reject us. I'll see you again tomorrow. I hope you're having a blessed day.